It's 4 a.m. and you are already moving. The cab is dark. The road is two white lines and an engine you can hear breathing. Your hands know this wheel better than they know your own face. You think this is a job. But the real answer is far stranger than a job. What you are doing, alone in the dark, is one of the oldest acts a human has ever performed. You are moving something from where it sits to where it is needed. Before highways, before engines, there were people who carried goods across distance. They were the reason villages became cities. And for all of human history, that act demanded one irreplaceable thing: a mind, awake, choosing. That mind is yours. You don't think of yourself as the end of anything. You think of yourself as a driver. But drive a truck in America, and you are doing what more people do than almost any other kind of work. For years, when researchers mapped the most common job in state after state, the answer that lit up the middle of the country was the same: driver, the most ordinary worker in the modern world. And the most ordinary thing is always the last thing anyone expects to disappear. In 2013, two Oxford researchers, Carl Frey and Michael Osborne, asked how many jobs a computer could eventually do. Nearly half of all American jobs, they estimated, sat in the high-risk zone. Driving was near the front of the line. The most common job in the country suddenly had a target on its back, and you were inside the crosshairs without leaving your lane. But here, the story turns away from the one you've been told. You've been sold one image: the empty cab, the robot truck gliding down the interstate with no one inside. It's a clean picture, and clean pictures are almost always wrong. A sociologist named Steve Viscelli spent years inside this world, riding along, learning the trade from the seat you're sitting in. And when he studied the self-driving future, he found something stranger than a robot taking your place. The machine doesn't want all of your job, it wants the best part of it. Do you see how the work would split? The long, easy, open highway hours. The part that pays. A machine can learn the straight line. What's left for you is the ugly edges, the crowded dock, the tight city street, the yard at 2 a.m. where nothing lines up. The machine takes the cruise and hands you the chaos, and pays you less, because now you are no longer a driver. You are the thing that handles what the driver couldn't. For 10,000 years, to move the cargo was to make the decisions. The two could not be separated. Now, for the first time, they are being pulled apart. The deciding is lifted out and given to a system. The body is kept as backup. You become a passenger in the seat your whole identity was built on, and this is rarely sudden. Two economists, Daron Acemoglu and Pascual Restrepo, studied what happened as robots entered American factories. They found no clean swap. They found a slow erosion. Fewer people worked, and the ones who stayed earned less. The robot didn't kick down the door. It moved in next to you and let the economics push you toward the exit, one quarter at a time. So which is it for you? Replaced or rearranged? The honest answer may feel like neither. It may feel like fading. The good miles thin out. The pay per mile creeps down. A young person looks at the job, sees it hollowing from the inside, and chooses something else. No one announces the end. It arrives as a slow fade. But notice what you still have. When the storm closes the pass and the navigation insists on a route that's suicide in ice, you are the one who refuses. The machine is brilliant on the straight line and lost the moment the world stops behaving. And the world, as you know better than anyone, never behaves for long. Now look past the windshield. This was never only about you. You are simply early. The radiologist watching the algorithm read the scan. The lawyer watching software read the contract. All about to learn what your hands already know. The machine takes the part you were proudest of and leaves you the part you used to rush through. So the question the road is really asking is not whether the machine can drive. It's what a human is for, once the deciding has been lifted out of our hands. It's 4 a.m. and you are still moving. The cab is still dark. But now you know the truth your hands kept from you. This was never just a job. It was the last shift of the longest watch our species ever stood. And you are the one still awake to see the sun come up over the end of it.